Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming up today. My old subscribers, thank you. And to those that are viewing for the first time or that have not subscribed, please click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. And to my new subscribers, thank you for subscribing. Please do not forget to hit on the thumbs up. There's a trending story at the moment where a woman marries the elder brother of her late fiance. If we could recall, some few weeks back, I had posted a video of the military officer who passed away just prior to his wedding. And it is now being said that the wife of that Nigerian Air Force personnel who was killed in February has now married the older brother to that her fiance. That late Abubakar was among the NAF personnel killed during a gun duel with armed bandits at Ugwanlaya near Birnin Gwari on Saturday, February 13th, 2021, and he was buried the next day according to Islamic rites. And the wedding, which he had celebrated on Facebook, was supposed to have taken place this March. And then on Saturday, just this Saturday that passed, that's March 20th, 2021, his bride now got married to his own elder brother. You can see that the late Abubakar there with his fiancée, and now you can see his fiancée with his own elder brother. But guys, what do you all think about this? Is it like probably they're going after their own custom? It may be a custom in their own particular place where they come from, that if you're about to marry and then your elder brother is alive and the younger one passes away, the wife would now be handed over to the husband. But what if in a situation where the husband or the man she's about marrying, or she's married to that elder brother, has wife, so which means she's now going to be like the second wife or the third wife, although in this particular part of the state they actually marry more than one wife. According to the Islamic rites, it's part of their tradition where they can marry more than one wife, but it depends on the individual too as well. But so they are permitted to do that. It's not a restriction when it has to do with marrying more than one wife. But the idea of marrying your brother's wife or your late brother's wife, what do you all think? Is that okay? But like I said, if it's a tradition, I don't think it should be a problem, because they already know that this is what they actually wanted. But can the lady even refuse? Let's take for instance now, the lady is not ready to marry someone who is already married, and then she decides to refuse. You'll now be saying, what if she now said she doesn't want to get married to this man? Will she be penalized, or will she now be asked to carry out some sorts of rituals, or she will be punished in some sort of way for rejecting her late husband to be's brother? Because if you look at it, in some cases, I know there are some parts of Nigeria where if the elder brother passes away, they will now tell the wife to marry his younger brother. And the reverse could also be the case if a man has his wife and they're all living together and he has other siblings, and then the elder brother is still alive and the younger brother passed away, then they would now say the wife should marry the elder brother. In some parts, they have that kind of tradition. And I don't think that, if you ask me, that kind of a tradition, do you think it should be a good tradition? Because everybody has his her own preferences, likes and dislikes, and you have your own choice. It's just like when a lady is forced to marry a man she didn't want to marry. I know back in those days when you see that Some parents now would tell you that the man they are married to today, they were forced to marry him, but eventually it worked out. Then things are much more easier, where you barely see or hear people cheating on each other. Those days where parents got married to their spouses, they were forced to get married to some of these men, or they were just introduced as babies or toddlers, and in the long run they ended up getting used to each other and even having lots of kids together. Some even have up to 8, 5, 6, some even have up to 10, and they just live happily, because then there was nothing like all these men or women having to cheat around and all of that. It was actually rare. So at some point they ended up getting along with that man that they were forced to marry. But at this time now, when a whole lot of things have changed, a lot of developments, and a lot of people are exposed to so many things. So you will now ask a woman to go and marry a man that she didn't even have any relationship with, because look at the relationship may just be a family relationship between this lady and her late fiance's brother. It will not be as cordial as it was between her and the late fiance. It cannot be the same. So you're imagining now that a lady is now going to get married to a man that she barely knows much about him, just on the surface level. How do you think that kind of a marriage would work? Well, some people may try to make it work, and this is where you have some cases of infidelity, divorce. Because if a woman is now being asked to get married to a man she never dated, he's just the brother to someone she was meant to get married to, and then you expect the lady to still flow along with the man, don't you think there'll be some sort of restriction on her own ends? Like, she may not flow with him as she would flow with someone she has dated. There are two different things entirely. Just marrying a man you met and then dating him, even if it for some time, doesn't have to be a long stretch of dating, but at least you get used to that person, get to understand that person. There are certain things about people that you cannot know in just one day. It's never possible. Human beings change all the time. You can't have a static human being that will remain the same for the rest of his life. It's not true. And so some of these changes can even affect the other person next to you. And that is the reason why there's always a need for you to cut each other to date, so that you can understand yourselves to an extent. Although you can't know everything about the person. Even people that have dated for a very long period of time, years, until they got married, they got to start seeing new things, new development that they never saw when they were dating the person. But to an extent, that duration of the time you would take to date yourselves, you would get to know one thing or the other about that person, and it will help you in that relationship or marriage you want to finally settle yourselves with. If this woman, for instance, now in the course of this marriage find herself not liking this guy, or find herself getting fed up, if she decides to now start cheating, what would everybody say? I'm sure they'll point fingers at her and call her names and all of that. One, because this lady might be forced to do this thing because it is a tradition. And then in this kind of tradition, when it may not be comfortable for every other person, is there no need for a change? Because it was then in those days, or some areas where they'll force kids to marry. In some villages, they'll force younger kids to get married to older men when those kids don't even know anything, and then they'll be forced to because they don't even have a choice at that time. And then how do you expect these people to live with people that they are not used to? They don't understand anything about themselves. I think certain traditions should be released to a point, or should be open to a point that it should be an individual choice or individual decision. Maybe the tradition should still be there, but it should be like a thing of choice. If you want it, fine, and if you don't want it, you can move on. Because just like caging a dog inside a cell that he can't even come out when he wants to come out, to either poop or pee, you just cage the dog there. If you unleash that dog, what the dog would do, you would not even believe that the dog would be able to do that thing. That is just how such kind of marriages are. It's like the woman is being caged, and the day you would just unleash that gate, open that gate, you would not even believe what that lady would do. At some point, or some people will say, you wouldn't blame the woman if she decides to now start going out because she was forced to get into a marriage that she never wanted. Because come to think of it, you're getting married to your brother of your late husband to be. Wouldn't that affect her psychologically, in the sense that bringing back more memories of the guy, in the sense that you're in with his family, and then you would either be seeing more of his pictures or hearing more about him, or certain things that he used to like or he used to do, you'll be seeing that around the family because you're with someone that is close to him. But some people would say it's another way of healing, it's a process of healing, because when they are around his family member, they'll feel like they are around him. It's like a replacement of him. And some people would find peace with that kind of a marriage, because it's just like they are marrying the same guy. But I don't think everybody would see it from that light, or everybody would feel okay with it. There are certain things that would make a marriage flow and grow. But something like this, look at this young woman and look at this man. If they have not dated, do you think that this lady will be in the relationship out of love? Obviously, no. You can't say she has fallen in love within weeks to her, or to her late husband to be's brother. This is just a matter of weeks. And all those things that would keep you in a marriage or in your relationship, there are certain attributes that you would feel or you would like around yourself and your partner. Do you think such would exist between them? Or do you think she would now be relating with him like an uncle or like an elder brother rather than like her own husband? In this kind of a marriage, you find out that there are certain restrictions. Maybe the lady will not want to hurt the guy and feeling that, oh, he's the elder brother, let me give him that respect, or let me just allow him to have his way, to take the decision, so that it won't look like I'm being disrespectful. She may not be as free as she would be with someone that she is used to, someone she has dated, someone she flew. It's going to be like maybe uncle and niece living together, or elder brother and younger sister living together. Well, I don't know how they go about things like this, or how the other person would feel with respect to a relationship like this. All right, okay, let's take the part of the man too. What if this man as well don't even have any form of feelings for this lady, and he's only doing as a result of tradition? What if he also has his own wife that he's used to, they're living together with kids, and he wouldn't want to hurt his wife, so because of tradition he would now be forced to be with this lady? Don't you think this kind of tradition should be lessened, or should be left out for people to make their own choices? Because if you check out, there are a lot of disadvantages with such kind of marriages. All right, his own wife, what if he's married and he has his own wife? Will she be okay and comfortable with the husband just picking a young lady into the house and saying, this is the woman I'm going to marry based on tradition? Some women don't want their husbands to marry more than one wife. Even if it's their tradition, she would still prefer that her husband be with her alone. Generally, no woman would even want her husband to get married to another woman while they are all together. Every woman wants to have her own husband to herself. They don't even care whether it's tradition or not. All they know is that it's their husband that they want himself alone. Then how is this man going to cope or relate with her with respect to his own wife or his own kids, if he has any? Because looking at this matured man, and again, most northerners, they marry on time, they have kids on time, so you can't say this man at this stage now wouldn't be a married man. It's really difficult to see a man like this and you say he's not married. Then how would he play along with his wife and his children and the new wife? And it's worse when the wife is not even in support, but he doesn't have an option because it's a tradition. So certain traditions, I think, should just be limited or should be left open. It should be an open rule, not like a stringent tradition that you'll be forced to do it, or if you don't do it, there are consequences. Because certain traditions, once you don't practice it, there are consequences attached to it. And some of these consequences, they are consequences that may be difficult for you to even cope with. Then in that kind of a light, what is the person supposed to do? Do these leaders who are in charge of this tradition even think about things like this? The emotional well-being of those people? Certain things can affect you psychologically. Or didn't they think of the psychological trauma it may even affect the lady especially in question? Will she be traumatized with this? Will she be okay with this? Do they ask all of these questions, or they just feel so long as it's a tradition, you have to abide by it, irrespective of how you feel? This is where you see some people will just disappear. They would not appear anymore to that home, or some of them because they feel like they are caged and depression will set in. They are struggling with themselves. They are not relating well with the person because it's not the person that they are open to or their heart really loves. This is a very difficult situation, especially when the other party is not okay with it. If both of them are okay with it, it's a different case. That is fine. They have accepted their tradition and they've accepted to live by it that way. But not when one of the party, or even in some cases both parties, are not okay. Then what kind of a marriage is that? Are those people not given freedom to make their own choices, irrespective of what has happened? It's so painful that she had lost her own husband to be. But then, should that make it difficult for her to even live a life of either having a life of developing love and relationship again? It's just like putting someone in a very tight corner where the person can't even figure a way out. And some of this tradition is in the sense that it will favor the man, because some people are saying some men can't stay without more than one woman. They will have more than one woman. So in situations like this where you find that kind of a man, he'll be so excited and he'll be so happy. And then his happiness is what will count for them, because if he's okay with it, then the lady can go on with him. Then what about the lady's feelings? How does she feel about it? All those things I think should also be put into consideration. And again, isn't this too fast? The guy just passed away in February, and then now in March, she's already married. At least they would have even given her some space to even mourn the late husband to be. Isn't all of this just too fast? Did they give her any time for her to even articulate what had really happened? Because it's not easy. Just a week to your wedding, and then the man you're getting married to passes away. How are they expecting this lady to still feel at this time, just within the span of weeks? You're calculating that, and then look at her now getting married to somebody who is called the brother of her late husband to be. Well, if it's their tradition, I hope and I pray that everything works out fine for them, because it shouldn't be this way. At least give the lady some time to even mourn and get peace inside of her, because most times when you lose a loved one like this, that inner peace, it takes time for you to get that peace of mind knowing that this person is gone. However, whatever the traditions are can't be changed overnight, except people would speak up, and some people may not want to speak up so that they wouldn't be seen as people that want to change their traditions overnight and take over whatever is happening in their city. But friends, what do you all think about this? Do you think, if even if it's a tradition, do you think it's a tradition that should be carried out like this even at this time? And she getting married just weeks after her late husband to be passed away, is that also okay? And marrying the elder brother of someone that she was supposed to get married to, is this still okay? Despite the fact maybe tradition, but everybody has his her own opinions regarding things like this. Please, if you have anything to say, you can put that down at the comment section. Please don't forget to hit on the thumbs up. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Friends, I'm here today to talk about how to start up a new YouTube channel. So for those that are looking to start up a new YouTube channel, probably you've been trying to figure out how to go about it, or you have been trying to see what it entails or what you need to start. That's why I'm here today, to give you the easy way for you to get this done. Not just the easy, but the best method, and also to give you or to talk about the best teacher who will give you all that is required for you to start up your own YouTube channel. This is a teacher. He is really successful with his YouTube, and he has been a teacher for so long now. Teacher is Matt Pa. He's going to give you a step-by-step method on how to start up your own YouTube channel. No stone unturned. Every step of the way, he's going to lead you through it. You have links that you can actually reach out to him and communicate with him directly. That's Matt Pa there. You can see the huge successes he has made in YouTube. You can see his silver, you can see the gold, you can also see his revenue that he's actually making on YouTube, which is very huge. He is going to give you a YouTube step-by-step tube mastery class, every step of the way, from the beginning of the opening of the channel to how you can start up and put up your videos. He is leaving no stone unturned, like I said. So for those that are seeking for how to start up their own YouTube channel, this is the easiest and the fastest way for you to have access to this particular teacher, who is honest and straightforward, and you will enjoy every bit of the class, and you will have lots of gain. At the end of your class, you will have lots to hold on to and to start up your own YouTube channel. It's going to be like an ABC class, starting from the scratch. So please, for those of you that are interested in starting up your own YouTube channel, Matt Pa, he is the teacher, and you will have direct access to him. I'm dropping the link below, so please, you just click on that link and you will have access to Matt Pa's class. He is going to give you the whole content of YouTube and all that it takes for you to be successful in YouTube, and how to start YouTube from the scratch. Like I said, and I'm going to repeat, he's leaving no stone unturned. And it's so interesting that if you have any kind of complaint, no matter the time you have this complaint or you are confused about anything, you can communicate directly to him and he will give you a response as soon as he gets your question, or as soon as he gets your mail or anything you're trying to confirm from him. He is quick at responding and he will give you the right answers. And even if you go elsewhere to search, you find out that what he is saying is actually true. He wouldn't mislead you. So please, for those of you that want to start your own YouTube channel from the scratch and see how you can be successful on YouTube, please go to this link, click on the link below, so you will have access to the teacher. That's the teacher there. You can see and see his success. You can go through that and then you click on the link so that you can have direct access to Matt Pa himself. This teacher You will enjoy it and enjoy every bit of the classes that he's going to give to you. So friends, do not forget to click the link below so you have access to MathPass to Mastery class, and he will give you the best teaching for YouTube you would really need to start your own channel. Friends, thank you for coming up today. Please, for those that have not subscribed, click on the subscribe button and the notification bell so you get notified each time we upload a new video. Thank you once again, and God bless you all.